Welcome to our event tonight. I'm Marilyn Del Duca, a representative with the Juice Plus Company. Almost every night of the week, all over the globe, our company sponsors public events like this one as we inspire healthy living around the world and introduce people to our incredible business. As we're happy you're joining us, we're going to give you just a snapshot of what we do as a company and as individuals with very busy lives. Not everyone on the call tonight is looking for our opportunity, but some of you may know someone who is looking to do something different or earn more income or possibly help someone they love get well. What we share with you this evening will touch on each of those aspects. We'll start off tonight with Ro Melnikov, our team leader, who will tell you why she joined our business and give you an overview of our company, what we do, and what our company can offer you. Then we'll hear from a couple of inspiring moms who will share their Juice Plus journeys with you. And now here's Ro.
Thank you, Marilyn, for that introduction. Let me tell you about my own story. Has anyone ever had their significant other break up with them? Can you imagine that my former husband said to me, "You're too sick to be married to. I want a divorce." It was painful, and I didn't know what was worse, me going through my health challenges or the divorce. We divorced in 1989. Let me tell you about myself as far as my career. I'm formerly an elementary teacher and an adjunct college professor, but today I'm with the incredible Juice Plus Company. I resigned from teaching to join them in their mission to inspire healthy living over 22 years ago. Why, you might say, would I leave my tenure, my pension, and a nice salary behind to join a marketing company when I had no experience in marketing? Well, my story started in a hospital bed. The doctors were trying to figure out how to use gravity to assist in getting the water out of my legs without having to lie me down, because it would result in excruciating pain from the pleurisy that I was experiencing in my chest. You see, my kidneys were failing, secondary to the systemic lupus that I was diagnosed with when I was 22 in college. I suffered with arthritis, liver involvement, bowel problems, and was always tired and lethargic. I took tons of medications and vitamins to no avail. I changed my diet, but I still had flares. Adding the Juice Plus products made a tremendous difference in my health. It not only lowered the inflammation in my body, but it also contributed to a healthier immune system, improved my hair, my skin, my energy, and gave me so many other health benefits. It also acted as a catalyst, encouraging me to make other lifestyle changes. I actually started to crave more fruits and vegetables. Today, I can sit before you and God and say that I've been symptom-free with energy and vitality for 20 plus years. I also might add that I married my divorce attorney, and we have two healthy young men, Tyler, 22, and Dustin, 18. Imagine that after being told by my medical doctors that I would never conceive. I, at the age of 37 and 41, had these babies. I know you're probably trying to do the numbers. Yes, I'm almost 60 years old. Now, with getting results like that, you can imagine my passion and great desire to pay it forward. Now, before I tell you about our business, I'd like to call on one of our team members, Elsie, who is an office manager, outreach coordinator at Margaret Winchester Enrichment Center for the Blind in Bridgeton, New Jersey, to tell us about what we stand for as a company and briefly tell us about our products. Elsie?
Good evening. Let me share a document with you. Okay. Okay, can everyone see the document?
I don't think so.
Okay, let me see. Bear with me one moment. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. Let me try this one more time. Okay. Why? Worked perfectly during the practice. And does someone else have the document that they could put it up?
No. How about you just tell us about the products?
I can see it.
Oh, can you? Good, good.
Okay. Let me tell you a little about our products and our business. We are the Juice Plus company. You might ask what we stand for. We stand for things that really matter. We stand for people, for more quality of life, for family, for better health. Sustainability is very important for us. We have been successful in this industry for over 40 years all over the world. We offer people a real alternative. Our mission is a global one. We want to inspire people to live a healthy way of life every day, just a little bit more. Our company is not managed or controlled by an investment group or financial institutions, which allows us to be flexible in our decisions. Who hasn't heard about the famous fruits and vegetables in capsules? We are very proud of our Juice Plus products, the next best thing to fruits and vegetables for 20 plus years. We have our fruit, vegetable, and berry powder in capsules on the left, as well as in chewable form, pictured right beside them. Our complete protein powder is pictured just behind our Juice Plus signature products. It's a great thing to have at any point in the day, before or after a workout, for breakfast, or for lunch. We have ingredients in our complete like pumpkin powder, pomegranate powders, and a variety of plant-based protein sources that are so nourishing for your body. People love it because it is not only nourishing, it's delicious, and it's low in calories. Our bars are an on-the-go snack that are equally nourishing and delicious. Juice Plus is the best documented product of its kind, and that documentation has been done by world-leading universities. But it's more than a product. It's a brand which stands for a good investment in your own life and well-being. Whether you take the capsules, the children's chewables, or you look great with our delicious complete shakes, imagine all these valuable and vital elements entering your body each day, and your body thanks you with more energy, a fresher appearance, and a higher performance level in your everyday life. Imagine benefiting from fully ripe fruits and vegetables, and we actually motivate people to eat more fruits and vegetables. This is a solution for so many changes, since very few people manage to eat the needed amount of fruits and vegetables on a daily basis. We offer them a solution, Juice Plus. Now, I think you will agree that without children, there is no future. That's a fact. Our Children's Health Study has proven the health benefits when taking Juice Plus. This is the largest worldwide study of its kind. Over 1 million families have taken part in this study, and each month, thousands more families join. The best part is each person who acquires Juice Plus for themselves has the opportunity to get our capsules or chewables free for a child or undergraduate for up to 4 years. For those interested in growing fresh produce all year round, we have our Tower Garden, which is pictured on the right. That simplifies traditional gardening using a unique system that makes it easy to grow your own fresh fruits and vegetables for pennies a day all year round. If you like the idea of enticing your kids to eat more vegetables by growing his or her own, or eating flavorful produce all year round, ask us for more information. Now I'll turn it back over to Ro.
Okay. Now you may be wondering what happened to me as far as my business. Well, I touched many lives across the United States, people with cancer, lupus, low energy people, people that wanted to stay on the side of prevention, seniors, expecting mothers. There really is no one that cannot benefit from Juice Plus. I realized to reach more people that I would have to build a team to reach people I didn't know. So I asked my friends, my customers, people from church, neighbors, and Facebook buddies. We're one team, one mission to inspire healthy living and help people realize their dreams. As far as my income is concerned, let's just say that our very generous company has allowed me to make more money part-time than I made teaching elementary, school, and college. The corporate package that they give me allows me to receive $1,800 a year for my children attending college, life insurance for me and my family, health insurance for me and my husband and my children up to the age of 26. That covers my entire family's hospitalization, dental, optometry, prescription, long-term health care insurance. I also receive a holiday bonus of at least $1,000. We are the only independent contractors that have a benefit program. I think this really separates us from other companies in the world. Most people achieve my position in 3 to 5 years, some 2 to 3. Now at this time, I'd like to turn it back over to Marilyn to introduce two extremely successful ladies in our business. Marilyn?
Thanks, Ro. So our next speaker is Kim Barker, a busy mom of 2 active boys, the wife of Captain Matthew Barker of the U.S. Army. She's native to Arizona, grew up in Tempe, graduated ASU with her BS in exercise science, with an emphasis in wellness and a minor in communication. She has worked as an elementary educator the past 5 years, teaching PE and subbing. She has a heart for service and has served on several boards and chaired many events at her church and her kids' school. Right now, she's at her kids' baseball game, right? Kim is passionate about helping families, especially kids, learn healthy habits. She's currently a sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company and has an amazing team. Kim?
Hi, thank you so much, Marilyn. I'm so excited to be on this call. All of a sudden, I got all like nervous.
Don't be.
I am a busy mom. I'm actually at one kid's baseball practice right now, and my other son has a game starting at 7:30. So I'm in Arizona right now, and the sun is just going down. So I'm sitting in my car, and I just turned the lights on. So I hope everyone can see me okay.
You're good.
You know, I'm definitely a busy mom, and we have an active lifestyle, but it wasn't always that way. Unfortunately, my life looked like 180 degrees different. I was really sick with my pregnancies, and I just never seemed to bounce back and get better after having kids. And I spent years feeling trapped inside like someone else's body. I didn't understand who I was and why I was feeling this way for so long. I was in chronic pain. I was unable to do like simple everyday activities like housework, and just not able to be the wife and the mom that I envisioned that I wanted to be. I was withdrawn, unsocial, irritable, and you know, I've always been super social and athletic, and to be withdrawn and depressed was totally out of character for me. I spent a lot of time going to doctor's appointments every week, probably 2 to 3 appointments on average for almost a year, trying to figure out what was wrong. I was gaining weight. My complexion was bad. My hair was thinning. My nails were brittle. And I hurt all over. My legs hurt, everything hurt. So finally I had a doctor that did a blood draw, and I was being tested for MS, lupus, who knows, like the whole gamut of everything was being done to try to figure out what was going on inside my body and why I felt so awful. So they tested my CRP levels in my blood, which is the inflammation, and it came back extremely high. So mine at the highest was a 26. Yes. Hi. Sorry, my son just got done with practice, so he's about to get in the car. So, you know, I was on this doctor's appointment like rat race and trying to figure out how to lower my CRP levels, and no one really had any concrete advice. I was referred to a chronic pain management doctor, and basically he wanted to put me on muscle relaxers and pain pills, and I really wasn't interested in going that route. I was looking for more of a solution than kind of like a band-aid to mask the symptoms. So with two small kids, I did not elect for the drugs. I just kept pursuing that there had to be another solution. I had a nurse introduce Juice Plus to me, and my husband, being a physician assistant, we sat down and really looked at what Juice Plus was and watched a ton of doctors' videos, read a ton of the studies that were printed in the major medical journals, and we understood the science behind it, that it was clearly just fruits and veggies, and that made sense to us. So we knew that that wouldn't hurt me, and it was a better solution than pain pills and muscle relaxers. So I started taking Juice Plus, and I ordered 2 child health studies, and actually I took it all. I didn't give it to my husband and my kids. I felt so terrible, and I was told that it couldn't hurt me. I couldn't overdose. It was just fruits and veggies, and if I could take 4 servings, take 4 servings. So I did, and I started feeling results rather quickly. I started wanting to get out of the house. I wanted to be more social. I wanted to eat better, and I wanted to start exercising again. So then I jumped on board the Transform 30. I thought, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this full out. And adding the 2 shakes a day paired with my gummies and chewables that I was doing, I turned into a whole nother person. I feel like I got my life back. So I never looked back. I loved the way it made me feel. I started giving it to my husband and my kids, and I could see changes in them rather quickly. Less sick days, better moods, sleeping better through the night, making healthier food choices. And my husband dropped 50 pounds and started eating raw fruits and veggies. And so I could see these huge changes happening in our family. And, you know, once I started seeing that for myself and my family, I had to share it. And I shared relentlessly, because I felt like it was a gift to me, and it wasn't fair for me to not share it. So it became my mission to share it with friends and family, and just to help inspire other people to feel better and not feel like they're trapped inside their bodies, because we weren't made to be mediocre. God made us to be great, and He made us all with special gifts and talents. And when you feel bad, you don't want to necessarily use those gifts and talents. And it's not fair that He created us to do His work, and to be stuck in like a prisoner in your body. Nobody should feel that way. There are solutions, and I share relentlessly. It is my mission work to share healthy living, and it has now become a full-time, I don't want to say job, because it's not a job, it's something that I love, but it's a full-time business for myself now, and it's actually able to pay the mortgage. So I would never look back, and I'm just so glad that this fell into my lap when it did, and I don't know what else to say.
Well, thanks, Kim, so much for sharing that wonderful story with us. Our next speaker tonight is Crystal Charlene David. She's a wife and a mom of 4 beautiful girls, an entrepreneur, and a philanthropist. She went to Purdue University, where she studied. Here, let me just try and mute that person that just joined us and see if we can. Sorry about that. She went to Purdue University, where she studied organizational leadership and supervision. She started her own event planning company in 2006. She's going to share with you why she chose to join our company and how she has been changing lives with us for the last 4 years. Crystal?
Thank you, Marilyn, and thank you all for having me on the call. I too, Kim, got a little nervous, like as it was getting, I don't know, it's just that stage fright, I guess. But I'm honored to be here. I always enjoy sharing my story because I believe everybody's story or testimony is supposed to be told. It's part of our act of being a blessing to other people. So for me, a lot of my business or a lot of my story is on the business side. So I think that'll be a good contrast for tonight. For me, I personally did not have a health side necessarily. I learned of Juice Plus about 5 years ago. I was 24 at the time. I was pregnant with my second of 4 daughters, and I was about 5 months pregnant, and I went to this gym where they were scanning your hand and telling you how healthy or unhealthy you are based on your antioxidant levels. Well, at that time, I didn't know what an antioxidant was. The only thing I knew, like something had to do with skin and health. That's all I knew. But I'm very competitive. And so I'm like, oh, I'm 24. I take prenatals. And to me, prenatal vitamins at the time was like the Rolls Royce of nutrition because I grew up on the Flintstones. So then when I got out of the house, I graduated to the big girl vitamins, which was the prenatal. And so I thought, that's the key word here. But anyway, so I just thought I have to be the healthiest thing walking this planet. And they scanned my hand and told me that I was actually really, really unhealthy and my antioxidant levels were really low. And that was my first look in the, I would say, health mirror. Before that, I never knew or cared about the word organic. It's crazy to believe that this was 5 years ago. I mean, I don't even understand the world without those things now, but back then I didn't know. I ate a lot of things that I don't eat now, just over the years of education. And so anyways, there was a girl there that night who she scored really, really high on that test. And so being the competitor that I am, I'm like, not that I wanted to beat her, but I just wanted to know, like, how can I get better? What are you doing? What are you eating? And she's like, she kind of was like looking at me like I eat regular, like all people, but she's like, but my mom does have me taking Juice Plus. And so I'm like, okay, I'm the complete opposite. I always joke that if all customers were like me, we'd all be like Cheryl Cortese in this business, because literally I'm like, here's my credit card, when do I get it? Like, I didn't ask any questions. Mind you, I was pregnant. I didn't do any research. All I heard was fruits and vegetables in a capsule. It was like magic. Like, oh, you have a magic pill. Give me that now. So I literally ordered that same day. I got my shipment about a week later. And then now the running joke is I was also a bad customer because I didn't take it consistently, but I ordered on my husband, back then my boyfriend, credit card. So I didn't care about the auto ship. It just kept coming and coming and coming. And so anyways, I fast forward about 2 years from that time. I had been taking it off and on, but it was just kind of something that was there. I kind of out of sight, out of mind, took it every now and then. But I went to my oldest daughter's school, and there was a Juice Plus lady who's now my sponsor and one of my good friends, and she had a Juice Plus table. And so I went up all excited, like, hey, I think I take that stuff. That's somewhere in my house. I don't know. I recognize the name. And she's like, yeah. And so she started sharing me and educating me. And I share that part of my story because I think whether you're in the company or not, it's so important to become educated on what you're taking and to educate your customers, because that Juice Plus sat in my house for 2 years and I didn't know what to do with it. And I didn't know the power of what it was doing for me. And that's why I wasn't taking it every day. But when I met Kathy, who was my friend at the school, I saw the Tower Garden. Once again, I'm like, God dropped that here just for me, because we had just moved in our house, which is all cement. I always wanted a garden. I don't think I would have done anything with it. I probably would have killed it, but I needed a garden. That was like in my dream home. And so when I saw that I could have a garden because I didn't have the land for it, I was like, oh my gosh, give me one of those. I need those shakes too because I'm a busy mom. I don't eat breakfast. I never used to eat breakfast. And so everything, I'm like, I didn't have the purple blend. So I'm like, I need that because anything this company has, throw it over here. I need it. So I ended up telling her I want all of that. And she's like, you should just, pay your $50. It's like a Costco membership and be a distributor for the company. And I was just on the Wendy Campbell call and she called it, TCS, I think Too Cool Syndrome. That was me. I looked at this lady like, excuse me, like I have degrees, I have a business, I have a husband who takes care of me. Like, I don't need your little sales job. Like, no, thank you. Like, that's for people who are desperate. Like, that was my mentality. And so I could slap myself now that I know the power of our business. But anyways, I totally was like, no, thank you. But she walked me through it and explained there's no quotas. You're not going to have any product that you're going to have to distribute. So I'm like, okay, no, I wouldn't have to have inventory and no quota. Once I heard that, I'm like, okay, so then what's the catch here? She's like, nothing. You order from yourself. You're going to earn money back on it. If you share with people, then okay. So I'm like, cool. Just don't bother me. I don't want to do the business or anything. So she didn't bother me, but she did send me invites to events. And I finally went to an event. And when I went that night, my world was rocked. I heard statistics that blew my mind. The two that stood out was, I think it was like by 2050, I think half of us will have diabetes. And I watched my grandpa pretty much live 20 years of the life I remember of him having on dialysis 3 times a week. It was life, but no quality of life. So no, I didn't want that. And then the statistic that really rocked my world was that children born after the year 2000 have a lesser life expectancy than their parents. And me having 2 kids and now having 4, which it fuels me even more, I was like, wait a minute. And so when I started looking into this, I was opened up to this world. To no wonder I scored so poorly on that test. I grew up my mom was a full-time working corporate American businesswoman. Amazing mom, didn't miss a soccer game or anything, but we still had to eat food that we could prepare for ourselves. So we were eating out of a can, out of a box, out of some type of package. When I look back at what I was cooking, I did the same thing. I cooked for us canned corn, canned green beans. I mean, I didn't know fresh food. I didn't know whole food nutrition. So when I learned the correlation between food and disease and the power that we have in our own hands, I was like this crazy woman. And so for the next 2 years in my business, which was about 2 years ago, I was just on this mission to save the world. I actually had that $50 distributorship, signed up to an account that I didn't even know the login to. So I had no idea how much money was going into that account. I didn't want to be money motivated. I didn't need the money. My husband was taking care of me and my kids, and I just wanted to save the world, like literally save the world. And it's not that Juice Plus can do that, but it sure is a catalyst, and it's a foundation. And I get very overwhelmed with options. And so for me, what I love about Juice Plus is it's simple. Like, you can do this diet, you can take this pill, you can be vegan, vegetarian, you can not eat certain things, but Juice Plus is foundational. So I don't have to become an expert to share Juice Plus to know that every person I come in contact with can probably benefit from it. And it has, made me this crazy person, because literally my husband now, he'll talk and it's like 5 minutes into the conversation, I can't not find a reason why someone needs either our business or our product. So I do have to kind of reel myself in, but hey, passion never hurt anybody. And so I kind of just try to find that balance. But basically, that was my story at first. I wanted to just save the world. But what transferred me to now, if you ask me now, I am very much so in this for the money as well. And I'm not ashamed to say that. And it's because money isn't everything, but it's close to oxygen. We have to have it. And I have so many aspirations. Kim talked about how when you are given this God-given talent, which we all are. First Peter 4:10, I believe that we were all born with a special gift. And I hate seeing people around me not living out that gift, not just because they're trapped in a sick body, but because they're trapped in a struggle, a day-to-day grind where they work. They're still broke, they're still tired, and they don't have time to explore, who am I? Why did God put me here? What am I supposed to be doing? And so on a business side, my thing is this: I have the same people tell me, I'm not in this for the money. I don't want to do this for money. I'm not money hungry. Money is everything. But they're the same people who are grinding every single day for a paycheck because they need money. We need money, period. And so I told myself I was struggling. As I said, my mom was a corporate America. I saw her win major awards. I always saw myself as I'm going to be a businesswoman of some sort. And I was telling my husband after having our second daughter, I really want to go back to work. Like, I'm not here to just sit at home with kids. Like, I need to do something else. And he's like, you do not want to go get a job. Like, trust me. He's like, first of all, you can't even wake up before 10 o'clock in the morning. Like, you're not going to get a job. And so this kind of fell in perfect timing. And I realized that if I'm ever going to go to work and put my heart and put my soul into something, you better believe it's going to be something that's going to change lives, and that's going to have purpose, and that's going to have value. And for me, what I love about the Juice Plus marketing plan is that I have freedom. So, I text this call, for example, to one of my team members, and I'm like, hey, when you get off of Wendy Campbell, jump on this call if you're free. She's like, oh my gosh, you're a busy woman. I'm like, no, I'm not, because today I woke up, I took my kids to school. I got to go to a farm and play with like sheep and pigs and look at tower gardens and hang out with friends. Then I came back, I did some shopping, I got a new phone, bought my mom a birthday present, I was cool. Like, that's not busy. That's just doing what I want to do. And then I did 2 calls tonight. If that's what I'm going to call work, sign me up all day, every day. So I love our business. I love the freedom that we have. And so I could talk all night, so I'm just going to close. I wanted to just give, because I wasn't sure the format of the call, and so I just came up with like 3 reasons why I do the business and 3 like things of advice, I guess. And so like the 3 reasons, I already said some of them, is because I think we should all have multiple revenue streams. It's even in the Bible. Most of our company are believers. It is biblical. Have multiple revenue streams. So even if you have a job and you're busy, trust me, the person who invited you to this call can help you fit this into your busy life. We're all busy, and busy people get stuff done. That's why they're busy. So, we don't want the lazy people who have an empty schedule. We want the people with a full schedule, because that just means you're around more people who you can possibly touch and change their lives. You heard these stories about Ro and Kim. It literally has these physical changes on people's lives, and you don't know who you're sitting next to who it could possibly do that for. And then there's people like me where it just gave me more energy, cleared up my skin. I had amazing benefits. But anyway, so that was one. The other one was just that Success Magazine put out this article, and this one motivated me in the last couple months. It said by 2020, which is only 3 years away, 50% of our economy is going to be made up of small businesses. Get in now. Like, it's going to saturate. Get in now. Be a part of that statistic. Be the reason why that comes to fruition. Don't be in waiting later when now you're trying to get in and be like, oh, okay, what am I going to do? And I see so many of my prospects starting businesses, and I see 90% of businesses fail. So if you can do a $50 franchise to get your feet wet in business, this company will train you to be a rock solid business person. You can earn a nice revenue stream doing part-time work, and then go open the business of your dreams, so that you don't have to deal with the stress of, I have to quit my job. This business has to work. Do something part-time like Juice Plus, get your money to do that, and then invest in your dream job. So that would be my advice on that. And on the business side, if you are in the business, I would just say, don't give up. I heard on a podcast yesterday, they said that it takes an average of 10 years for an overnight success business to take place. So all those businesses that are around you that you think just pop up like that, that was at least 10 years in the making of that person going into the pavement and getting it to get to where it's at. So do not give up. I always tell people, yes, it's hard to get rejected. Yes, it's hard to get on, make the sacrifices. Like right now I have my kids trapped over there somewhere and I can hear them crying, and that's a sacrifice. But I would rather do that than leave them all day, every day. I would rather do that than commute every day. I would rather do that than have a boss that I have to ask for time off. I'm traveling this weekend and next week, and I traveled all of September. I didn't have to ask anybody, and I got to work where I was traveling. So that would be one. The second one is be a student. Always do self-development. This company, this product, this industry, rock solid. You cannot knock it down. It cannot fail you. Only you can fail. So you have to develop yourself. And lastly is don't limit yourself. Like I'm a huge dreamer, and I think that people forgot how to dream because we live in this society that has put us in a box that we're pretty much trapped in. But this business is making dreams come true, and just believe in yourself and believe in your dreams, that you can do whatever you really want to do. And so that's my 2 cents for the night. And again, thank you guys for letting me share. And I always get re-inspired, and then I want to get off and go text 100 more people. So thank you.
Well, thank you. You re-inspired me. Thank you, both of you ladies, for your passion and your inspiration. Really appreciate that. Now, to our guests, my question to all of you is, what do you want in your life? The next 2 to 4 years will pass before you know it. How do you envision your life? Do you want financial independence, more time flexibility, healthy living, unlimited opportunity? Can you imagine right now growing a business that actually revolves around your life? I was attracted to this business because of its simplicity and flexibility. I was able to go on all of my kids' class trips, attend all of their athletic events, and be there for them. There's no greater freedom in the world than having the time to do the things we love with those that we love. That's what the Juice Plus company can offer you. Now, I used to be a teacher, and with that came a guaranteed paycheck, pension, and more. However, I had set hours that I had to be there to get paid. I also had a cap to that paycheck. With Juice Plus, you can be a mom, a wife, an independent woman, someone who already has a job, or even someone who essentially doesn't have anything, and be successful in this business. I've seen it happen many times. There's never a cap on what you make in this business. You determine that. I'm a woman that wears many hats in my house, and some of you on this call tonight know how crazy that can be. So how can you too have a busy life and yet be successful in this life, this business? With this 44-year-old company that is privately owned, this is how we all do it. We essentially work as teams to lighten the load on all of us. We all have different skills that we bring to the table. Each of us is sharp, but together we're brilliant. We work as a team, and we live the dream. We host events like this, have healthy living parties in people's homes, or if at home is not your cup of tea, you don't necessarily have to do it. You can have it at some other place or not have it at all. We have weekly calls, get-togethers, web presentations to share the Juice Plus products. We all have different time in lives and time commitments, so we choose what we can do. Some of us like sharing on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. The internet platforms are endless to reach so many more people. Some of us go fast, some slow, but we all have fun. To stay connected, we tend to have weekly calls, small group, one-on-one meetings, maybe perhaps at a Starbucks or on the phone or the internet. But once again, no one is required to be at or on everything. These events and calls are simply put in place to help you. We have websites that we direct people to show them how this business works or our products. So, in closing, health, future market, I can't think of a bigger one. We want to live as long as possible and as healthy as possible. People already understand that they have to invest in prevention rather than curing illnesses. Our daily life is demanding. We have to be energized. A current study shows that every second citizen intends to exercise more or be healthier. Every third one wants to lose weight. The success stories of Juice Plus prove this by numbers. Since we've launched, we've done over $10 billion in sales. It's established, it's convincing, and it's found its purpose. Nevertheless, 9 out of 10 people worldwide don't know about Juice Plus. But we won't stop until we reverse that statistic. So the next 2 to 4 years will pass no matter what you do. So where do you want to be as far as your health and finances? Where do you want to be as far as how you spend your time each day? Do you want to be working 60 to 70 hours a week at a regular job? Or would you like to have some free time to be able to do the things that you want to do? Would you like to contribute to your favorite charity or whatever it is you like to contribute? Or do you want to have, that freedom? Would you like to be able to take off and go to the beach because you feel good and because you have that time, or go to the mountains? Just take a vacation to go visit family. That freedom would be huge. What do you want for your family? What are your options? We chose the company with heart that wants to help us achieve our dreams. We'd like to invite you to join us and tell the person that invited you, that I don't want to let 2 to 4 years pass. I want to be working on my dreams because after all, I am a boss babe. Thank you very much for joining us. Ladies, thank you very much. I'm going to shut off the recording.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.